What is going on, guys? It's Tuff here, and welcome back to another video. So, once again, we got another replay review. Shout out to my buddy Peace RL for submitting this replay. He wanted me to review it. And yeah, Peace and I, we play Rocket League here and there. Sometimes ranks, sometimes tournaments. And he's also around my rank as well, GC2. I think this might be a GC1 game, but nonetheless, this should be a pretty high-level replay, and I'm still trying to get better at reviewing like higher-leveled stuff. When it comes to stuff like Plat, Diamond, Champ, that's pretty simple for me to review. But when it comes to GC, high GC, mid GC, it's sort of kind of learning. But let's get right into this replay. So right off kickoff. It's going to go right to Peace here, and I love this play. He goes for the pass, the midfield pass. So he can already see tack here. He has vision of everyone on the field. So there's a couple things he could have done. Just pointing out the scenarios, not saying all of these are good. So he either could have... He could have hit this to the left. The only problem with this is Michael Saxon, he could just turn around and get this ball. It's not really going to do anything. They're not really going to get much out of doing that. Another thing is 50ing this. That wouldn't really be a great option, though. Because Michael Saxon, he's going to come in with full momentum into that. And then, of course, trying to shoot it, you know, wouldn't really work. But the midfield pass is great here. Because look at all this space, okay? All the space to work with, you know, so tack, let me just look at this pass in real-time speed. Yeah, so right here, you know, he could boom it, but he shouldn't, because Michael Saxon can easily save this if he just tries to shoot this. So ideally, he wants to kind of slow it down a bit here, and catch this ball, go for a dribble, because you have all this space, you have this entire field. So if he really wanted, you know, he could pass it back to Peace, hit it over to their corner, do whatever. There's just so many options at that point. But he actually misses this ball, right? So if we look at this from Peace's perspective, it's kind of like a ghost touch, but it doesn't matter because even then, Cam has so much space on this ball. So really good play with that pass. I like that a lot. Now right here, Cam, he's going to hit it up. And I think something you could have done here instead, Peace. I see what you were trying to do. I think you were trying to, like, yeah, just sort of pinch it on that wall so it goes outward like that. Nonetheless, that anyways happened with the other guy's touch. What I want to see you do here instead, though, is, right there, I mean, it's pretty much... Nobody's getting a shot off of that in this position. So what I would do instead, at this point, I would turn off ball cam and just check where the defenders are and look for a bump. Okay? I'm trying to see if you saw Joshua beforehand. A little bit, yeah, so you'd know he's behind you. You'd have a little idea that he'd be going for that. But I would turn off ball cam here and just wait as this ball's going up. Because... honestly, for Chris here, it's a little awkward for him. I want to check his POV. Chris's POV. This man had boost. This man had a boost. But it's very awkward for him, right? So I wouldn't expect him to go for that. But yeah, I would just turn off ball cam. Wait right here. Okay. You're going to see Chris jump a little bit. Just keep waiting. Go for the bump on him. For a bump on Michael Saxon. And at this point, Michael would be out of the play. Cam is going to have a free shot, and it'll be a goal. So, that's just a situation where bumps are so huge, because, you know, you're forcing the guy all the way behind you to make a very good clear, which is tough. Especially if you bump those other two guys, he's going to have to stall for a very long time. Well, anyways, after this play, yep, rotating back, that is cool, getting the corner post. Back post. Okay. Not the worst thing. Not the worst thing. Yeah, I think in this scenario, that's actually a fine clear. Just because Chris is facing so much the other direction from where you're hitting the ball to, it's going to be so late for him to get an actual shot, and he just hits the wall. So that's fine. I guess another tip for anyone else watching this, if you're in a scenario where this is actually going to end up being a bad clear, here's where it would be a bad clear. It would be a bad clear if Chris is more towards this right side, facing this way, because then he could just go up and score that. So, in that case, if you're rotating back, right, as you can see, your piece is supersonic, so he has a frick ton of momentum. So if they shoot it near post, then that's where it's really good to have all that momentum, because you can probably get to that. But if they're shooting top left, and you can see from the way this guy is kind of facing, he's going to try to go for some sort of top left shot. So in that case, you want to hit your brakes just a little bit here, and then you can go up a bit. And it's going to be a lot easier to get a clear more towards this corner, right? And then right here, if it goes more towards the corner, Cam can make a quick turn off this wall, just go for this wall, something like that. So, just kind of pointing out a different scenario there, if that guy was in a different spot. But I think that situation, that clear is totally fine. So let's take a look right here. Okay, playing a little bit passive. Probably a bit too passive, right? Yeah, so let's just take a look here. So I think right here, this is fine. Just keep... I would say, if I were in your position, I think it'd be better kind of face like this. Because it's going to be tough for that ball to go really anywhere other than like this left side of the field. And past you. So if you're like this, you know, worst case, it's going to go rolling over here and you'll be there, right? Instead, you're facing back, so obviously that kind of loses you a second there if you try to go for this ball, as you can see right here. So, let me just, theoretically, if you're positioned like this, go for this ball, wait a little bit here, force into a bad touch, and hopefully get a much better shot. Right. So even if it's off target, you know, it keeps pressure, uses that guy's boost a little bit. Instead, right here. So what I'm not sure, right? Obviously, when I'm not reviewing it with someone live, I don't know exactly. I can't tell exactly what they're thinking. But right here, both teammates are pretty much rotating back. So passing it off the wall here actually isn't going to get you too much of a result. Trying to keep pressure. Luckily, Chris makes... I don't know if he makes a mistake, actually. Let me see. Oh, he kind of does. So I thought for a second Chris just got baited out with the fake challenge, but he has no vision on the play. He's just blindly going up for this, assuming someone's there, and the attack is there. But you can clearly tell he's fake challenging. Oh, he gets the boost. Interesting. So yeah, I'm just looking at, like, all these different scenarios for each player. Just to kind of see. Anyways, that rotates back, and thanks to Chris's touch here, Cam is going to be able to get a free ball, get that mid boost, which is very nice. You can stay midfield. That should be a goal. Oh, not a goal. I really like that pop. It leads to a goal. All right, let's just take a look at this again. So, right here, this is basically where Peace starts to get involved in this place. So he knows Michael Saxon. There's two things he's gonna do here. He's either gonna hit this to the wall, or he's gonna try and dribble it, and he could either dribble it towards where Peace is or towards the middle. So Peace is kind of wary of these scenarios. So he's backing off. He's getting a little bit of distance. Michael ends up hitting it towards that wall, which is good, because now he's not really in a spot to recover and hit it again. So now this is Peace's ball next. Nobody can really challenge him here. So he has all the space, but this guy's there. So he's going to go ahead and boom it off the backboard. The reason this is good is because both Chris and we're just going to call this guy Joshua. Alright. They're both facing up, so nobody has that back wall covered. Back wall is so deadly because it's much easier for people facing the back wall to read it than people facing, or people that are right under it, facing away from it, basically. So, that is really good. Joshua is in a pretty bad spot. He has to try and read this, and he actually doesn't read it. Usually, at this rank, a lot of people will, but that's the thing, right? It's all about putting them in bad situations and seeing what they can do with it. If they can clear it, so be it, but that's still a great pass, and it ends up turning into a goal. So now, 1-0, first goal of the game. So far, looking good. Gameplay's looking pretty good. Let's see, is there anything I could have done here? Yeah, this is fine, because the thing is, it's kind of hard to tell if this guy's going to just air dribble it, if he's going to hit it just straight forward from him, if he's going to hit it to the left. It's only at this little instance here where it's Car's turn that you know he's going to pass, so at this point you're kind of ready for it. It's a little bit hard to position well for that, like, that quickly, so this is fine, just going up for this, and it's a good challenge. You're actually gonna hit that over to the other side with him, which is fine. And now they're messing up big time. Wow, they are really messing up. Not the worst pop by Michael because Chris is gonna be there. Yeah, Peace is gonna rotate back. Now he's third man. And he's ready for this play. Nice. Very, very nice. He's gonna go attack. That's a really good beat. Great patience right here. Great patience. Yeah, that guy gets a bad clear. Here is actually where you could probably shoot this. So, you know, if you were to go for a shot here, just want to jump a little bit earlier. Probably tilt your car a little bit, right? I mean, you pretty much know. But I feel like a shot here is better if you can. I think you probably could have. Just jump a little bit earlier, tilt your car a little bit, because Michael Saxon, he is in an awkward situation, right? He's not back post, he's facing this way. It's so hard for him to cover this right side. It doesn't even have to necessarily be upper 90. Just anywhere on that side is going to be a tough save for him, so that was definitely an opportunity. But the double touch is still fairly viable, just from what you're seeing, right? Because nobody's there to cover it, but it does give that third man, as you see right there, an opportunity to kind of recover towards it. Let's just see where Chris is in this instance. He's actually pretty far behind. It's a really quickly. Is there any way this guy saves this? Not really. Not really. But going for a double tap here is kind of iffy, right? Because as you can see, you run out of boost to really make a good angle, and that guy anyways came in for... He might have had a good position to go for. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, he definitely could have scored this. But I think this whole situation was made a little bit more complex than it needed to be, right? right here is a good opportunity to try and shoot that. So obviously just jump a little bit earlier, compensate for that bounce that just happened. So obviously that's the thing, right? If you jump too late, it's gonna go too high. Anyways, yeah. Back on the rotate. Okay, going straight middle. Okay, so after looking at this rotation back, this looks actually fine to me because Peace is he's getting all those pads in a straight line, which is good. This is one of those boost pad routes that are really helpful. So instead of going for a big boost, he has 36. That's plenty to get a save. And right here, his team's pretty much got everything covered. Tack has got that left side covered. Cam's got that right side covered. So what Peace is doing here, he's just gonna go in and power slide just a little bit. And now he's facing really the only direction where this ball is gonna go. Right? Cam's gonna get a touch. And then I think right here, Peace probably just messed up here. Yeah, it looks like the second jump did pretty well. That's fine, just a little error. Rotate back. Okay. Alright, so after kind of looking at this play a little bit, and I'm kind of going back to a lot of these just to think about all the different things, because there's a lot of situations where something that might seem bad isn't actually bad at all. This is one of those situations, losing this 50 here, because you can already kind of see here, Cam is in the corner, and then he starts to rotate back post, as he should, because he's probably low on boost. There's no way he'd push up for this. And Peace is anyways last, so he's going to have to push up next, pretty much, right? So he goes for this, and luckily Cam is there. This could have been a lot better, though, if Cam's back post rotation was cleaner. As you can see, he turns outward a little bit. He actually assumes Peace is going to either stall this or win the 50. Instead, that happens, and not bad at all. He gets it to the corner. It's safer there, but he flips right into the net. Okay, so ideally, you know, his back post rotation would have just been clean like this. Hits it forward. Now he's with this ball. He can go for a 50 to Chris, maybe even get it right past him. Right, you get it past Joshua, or you can hit it middle, and in that situation, Tack wouldn't even be up on this wall because he'd see Cam would have been right there for a 50. So if we go back, he would have probably rotated back post here, right? Okay. Waits back post, potentially goes here, and then he can maybe get a shot, you know, towards our net. Force Michael Saxon into a pretty tough save. So I think right here, what actually happened from Cam's rotation, he expected this, right? And it wouldn't have been bad if he 50'd either into a win or to a stall. I think maybe if he 50'd into a win, no, I think that would have been fine. But nonetheless, if he just won this 50 or stalled it, Cam was going to be turned up anyways to go into this, and there's really nobody to stop him. And it might have been better for your push, in all honesty, because then Tack is still facing up. You know, Cam can try to push it forward, and hopefully one of you guys can get a follow-up touch on that. So, you know, I think in this case, it might have actually been better if you got a better 50 on this. Obviously, what ends up happening here is Peace just goes a bit too far. So it's quite literally a 90-10 in that situation. But right here, if you, like, air rolled, turned your car more to the right, I would usually do that with air roll. Then you're going to be a little more central to the ball. Obviously, jumping a little bit earlier, too, because I think you You try flipping when it's pretty low to the ground. You might actually be expecting maybe like a miss. I don't know, but nonetheless. You just jumped earlier, air rolled your car, so that way it's going a little bit more to the right there. Going to be a much better 50. It's probably better for the team, but this isn't bad in any way, right? So the worst case scenario is it's still decent for your team, but as you can see right here, you guys are still on the defensive end, still getting pressured. So you guys still have to kind of deal with that. Okay. It's actually leads to a goal. So I guess technically that is one situation way back that kind of causes this goal. Alright guys, so after looking at this extensively, I found a couple mistakes from each player's end that led to this goal. So, let's begin. I guess right about here, right? So let's start off with Peace. I think he could have rotated more towards this back post. And just kind of stayed here, right? And then at this point, you know, Peace, he can get a much more controlled hit on this. If he's over here, right? Just kind of staying ready, going for this, getting the beat, and he can either hit this to the wall, he can, you know, he might even have the control to hit this just more this way, which is fine, right? Because Chris, I mean, although he's turned back, he's gonna have to go for boost. He'll probably just like leave the ball, go for this boost. It allows your team to push up. You guys can start getting pressure. You know, because either way, two of these guys are still on your half. It's not like you're just hitting it away to a guy that's over here ready to just hit it right back. This guy's gonna have to like take his time with this ball, which allows you guys to push up and then contest them. What you'll see what happens here is Peace, he goes into the net, then he turns like this. I don't like this position as goalie even, because, you know, you're going to be facing straight. If you're facing straight, it's honestly pretty tough to like effectively, you know, get a save on the left or the right, really. So here he's turned to the right for a second. Like back post, you're just gonna have more covered right here. He's really only got this right side covered. Left side's a little bit choppy. I don't know if choppy's the right word. It's a little bit just scuffed. Chalked. That's what I meant to say. Chalked. Instead, the ball is now going to his left. He has to get a pretty, honestly, a touch that, you know, is a little bit risky, as you can see. I'm honestly surprised Chris had a lot of boost here. He had 74 boost left over. He was very conservative with his boost. But that's a really good challenge by him. But it's just an awkward touch, you know? Because now it's turning directions, or changing directions, and you have to, slow it down to a point where, yeah, Chris could go for this. And obviously right here, this is where it's all kind of screwed, because you're already kind of in the reset motion. That's kind of the risky thing, the reset and taking that much time for it. You have to make sure nobody is around, otherwise that can very well happen. I think here's kind of a situation where you just assume you have all this space. Here, just hitting it again even would be alright. Just hitting it towards that wall. Like, that sort of been better than nothing. Alright, let's take a look at Cam. I think Cam, he made a lot of mistakes in this one, for sure. So first off, he gets this clear. We're already back in this situation, but he sees Tack going up for this. Cam's gonna actually cut tack off. You don't want to do this because it's going to lead to just all sort of rotational and positioning errors from both of you, right? There he just hits it away. He doesn't even catch this ball right here. Catch it. Just, you don't have to flip. You don't have to jump. You just have to drive into it, keep driving into it, and then boom. It's now caught. And then you can 50 it if you want. If Chris is still going to go for that, you can 50 it. That's totally fine. But it's just so much better than just hitting it away to him. Right? Because now... I mean, it's not the best touch. Actually, I mean, he did pass it in a way. It's not really the best touch, but still. It's more pressure for those guys. So after that, Cam is going to go for this, but his aerial here is so bad. I don't necessarily mind him going for this, because he's actually going up earlier, but look at this. At this point, his car should be tilted upwards. It's not upwards. It's upwards a bit too late. If we compare him to Chris, Cam jumped earlier, but Chris is tilted up at the same time. Right? It's just not good. He's not going to have enough upward momentum to go for this, right? This is just a situation where Cam doesn't fast aerial. He's tilting up too late. He doesn't even use that second jump. If we take a look at Chris, he does this perfectly. Look at this. He'll hit it away, but then this... I mean, he does that. I don't know. He has a lot of boosts, so he's doing a good job of conserving his boost. But look at this. That's a fast aerial. He's tilted up almost instantly. And he's actually going to get a really good challenge. Cam is completely out of the play by doing this. Can't help tack. Right? Can't help tack. If he just didn't even go at all, he'd be back post at this point. Be able to just clear that touch that tack made. Now let's look at tack. Because although this spot here is a little bit awkward, there's also two things that he could have done better. So two things from each player. So right here, he sees Cam in net, so he's like, okay, I'll just go for this for you, which is fine. Cam cuts him off. At this point, it's like, okay, well, he's gonna go for this. There's no stopping him. What he should do instead is keep rotating on this wall. So you're just gonna go like this, drive, go down, now you're back post. Right? And ideally, if Peace went back post... Right? I mean, if Peace went back post here... you know, Tack will be behind him. Peace goes for this. Peace gets a clear there. Tack pushes up behind. Tack is ready. That's like an ideal scenario from what happened. Another thing that Tack does wrong here. Let's just see. After the clear... he's assuming a win on that. He's assuming a win. It's kind of another situation on why, you know, going for that first is a bit risky. So you're taking time on that. Because a lot of people at this rank, sometimes they go for stuff that you don't expect them to. If they have a position where they could get any touch on it, like that, they'll probably do it. So, obviously winning that would have been huge. But now, he's way out of position. I'm trying to think. Could he have gone off the back wall? Possibly. It was pretty slow. I think Tack could have made a run to go up that back wall. Right, so he could have gone here, gone up, cleared that away. Or maybe not even necessarily clear it, but he could catch that ball too, as I mentioned earlier with Cam. Another option here as well, just don't even go up for it in this situation. Here, maybe just like back up a little, reposition or whatever. Use your camera. Wait for it to kind of go down. and you'll still get to this ball, right? So right here, he's in this situation. I would just back up a little, wait for it to go down, go for it, get the clear. There's so much that could have been done there to prevent that goal. Like this, just waiting for that. That was quite a weird bounce, if I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what? He pre-flips into this ball. It's really hard to kind of tell where exactly the ball is where he's gonna hit the ball to when he's pre-flipping. Because when someone just drives into it and then flips, it's pretty obvious where it's gonna go. Here, you don't really know. So, I mean, there's also a chance he misses the pre-flip. So it's just awkward. It just... Does it bounce off this corner? I think it bounces off some sort of a corner. Some part of this corner. Wow, like literally the very edge of this corner. That's crazy. So I can't really blame you here. This is just a weird situation. Yeah, let's start Ooh, okay, a bump and a demo. Let's take a look if this could actually be prevented. So you know two of them are behind you. I think what you want to do here is briefly turn off your ball cam. Just for a second, because there's not much you can do to really impact this play at this point. Might as well just get some more intel on these opponents, because they're anyways behind you. Right here, you could probably avoid one. This guy maybe would have gone with demo still. You just avoid him. Now you're here. Right? Now you're still in the play. You guys can keep pressure. So let's just run it back a little bit. So ideally, yeah, you dodge this, dodge that. Take these pads around this area, just kind of hovering. Yeah, you would have been like right here. Probably. And that guy hits it up. I mean, Josh very well, he could have maybe... If you were here, that might have affected how he would have hit this ball. But just assuming he hits it like that and you're here, you can go for this. Possibly get a goal. Because let's take a look at your boost count in this situation. To see if you would have had enough to go for this area. You had plenty of boost. You had plenty of boost, yeah, so you could have actually probably shot this. Alright, so hit demo. Yeah, you know that guy's behind you, so you'll go back post. This is alright. Now you got this ball. You're popping it over one. I love that. Take your time. Oh, this is a good play. So, what Peace does here, a lot of times what players in the lower ranks do, they just hit this away. They just flip into this. You don't want to do that. Because there's like two people near this wall that'll just hit it right back. Or take control of that ball even. So Peace is gonna slow it down a little bit. Right? Slow it down, pop it up over that guy. There's one guy left. So he goes, single jumps, flicks it backwards. Cam is ready. Good on Cam to be ready for that. Really good pass by Peace there. I like that play. Right? Sometimes just slowing it down, getting it past each opponent one by one. It's going to lead to a lot of easy goals, even at GC. Okay, so right here, just kind of waiting. Yep. Turn it back just in case this guy gets the ball past him. Turn it back, so I like that. Just be a little bit careful there. Going up for this aerial. Kind of an unfortunate touch. It actually somehow works. Okay. Definitely should not have worked. Because obviously the problem with this touch here is there's just so much, what's the word for it? Like impulse or something? I don't know. Something like that. But you're not going to be near that ball at all. you're both just gonna push off of each other, right? You're just gonna push off of each other, just like how it works in physics, and now the ball's closer to them and you're a bit further from it. So I think like right there, you know, you don't really need to air roll as much after that. Air roll a little bit. And then try to readjust your car accordingly to maybe shoot it. But let's take a look at Michael Saxon's POV here, because he majorly fucked up on this. He jumped for that with 0 boost. So, I mean, at this point, he's got a free ball. Because, as I mentioned, Peace is not going to be near this ball. Because of that unfortunate touch. So all he has to do is just wait. Just wait, just wait. Let the ball come to you. You can catch it, you can go to this corner, you can get that boost. Instead, the dude literally hits it in front of his net. It's a pretty sort of mistake, but a goal is a goal. So, go. 2 minutes left. I don't know if I'm going too in-depth. I might be. Oh, I like this a lot. Okay. I don't know if this pass by Cam was intentional, but it was really good. Alright, we're not gonna go over that, alright? If it was intentional, insane. If not, it works out just fine. Peace is gonna control this. He gets a flip cancel, and that actually keeps the ball pretty close to his car. So he's able to go for a 50 with this guy. He goes above this ball, and he's able to get 50 with it. Tack right here. He just jumped a lot earlier. This actually might have led to a goal. Might have just straight up been a goal. Right there. Oh. Going for that isn't necessarily what I'd recommend. 32 boost for that. That close. That's a little bit tough. I don't even know if it's possible. I don't think it's possible. Yeah. Yeah, right there, reading a corner bounce, that's that close. Going for a corner bounce that close. It's a little bit risky with that little boost. Because if you don't hit it, right, you're just out of boost completely. And Cam went for that as well, so it's actually an open net for a bit. Luckily, they're a bit out of position. The opponents are. What I would have liked for you to do instead here, let's go into fly mode just to simulate, you know, the actual play here. Just turning back, actually grabbing this boost, turning back mid, and now all of a sudden, if they're going for a shot, you are ready. You're going to be able to just rotate here to the back post. You'd already be here. You'd be chilling, right? But let's see what you do anyways after this play. Let's get back. Ooh, that would have been a good touch. I like the idea. But yeah, Chris, I just want to see this real quick. Chris, he lands on the ball and then gets a really good follow-up. So even I probably wouldn't expect this. But right here, I would stay a little bit more back. And here's the reason why. Tack is already facing this direction in case a good pass goes that way, because that's really where Cam's trying to get it to. You want to play for that scenario. You want to play for what your teammate's not covering. Your teammate's covering the pass, you should cover the beat, or the 150 by... the 150 by Chris. Which will go that way, right? So ideally you stay a little bit back, maybe to where this boost pad is right here. Just stay here. And, you know, you could either face forward or you could face to the left. Either way, just be ready there at that pad. And then, boom, you can actually go for this, beat Chris to this ball. Chris will be out of this play. You can kind of control this. I mean, obviously, these guys aren't going to be flipped up fully. But you guys would have a pretty solid chance at eventually scoring a goal soon after that. Because another thing to keep in mind, Joshua's like all the way there. But I guess he does turn. He would, yeah, okay, he would have been back post, but still, if you were just back here, you could have played for that, lost 50, and yeah, just kind of done whatever here. Anyways, after this play, it's like, look, you bring it back. I like that. Nice, nice. Use your camera then. Obviously, you can hear it as well, but it never hurts to get as much intel as you can on the way back. And what's actually interesting about this is not only do you see Chris, but you see Cam as well. And you see Michael Saxon. So you know that guy's going to be middle. You know Cam is actually going to be ready to rotate behind you. Right, I mean, you could probably assume Chris is behind you based on the sound, but, you know, you have the time here, so you use your camera, which is nice. Never a bad idea. You know, when you're solo queuing, when you're playing in a party, you're going to have comms, it's going to be a lot easier. You don't really have to use your camera nearly as much in comms. But right here, yeah, just, honestly not too bad. You know, if you jumped into it to kind of make it roll on the wall, that is a possibility, right? Keeping it close there, but this still works because you're still close to this ball. You 50 it. Ooh, Cam. I just want to take a look at Cam real quick. This is what you guys should do. Don't push up this far out. This is why back post is huge. Look, he jumps for that because he has no intel on anybody. It's just awkward. If he's sitting here on back post, you know, he can either go for this, or he'd probably see Tack going for this and just lay off, you know? That's another thing, too. Or, you know, even better, Tack would see Cam going for this, and then Tack would lay off, and then Tack, you know, he would just rotate back or whatever. Anyways. Oh, okay. So piece is turning this way because he knows it's gonna bounce outward. That works. It goes up with this. It's solid 50. It's gonna bounce middle, but luckily, I mean that's really all you can do in this situation because you don't want Michael to get a shot, so that's all you can do. And luckily it works out. So I like that play. Nice, he's gonna be able to go for this. Grabs a boost. Oh, once again, not an ideal touch. Yeah, just hits it with all four of his wheels, and once again, he is super far away from the ball, can't follow it up, and he has a good amount of boost, so it would have been nice to keep that ball close and follow it up. So what obviously he could have done here is, I mean, he could either go for a ceiling pinch. I've seen him hit these. He definitely could have, or better yet, you could just wait a little bit, wait for the bounce. Maybe try in a way to sort of air dribble it. So the way he would do that, obviously, is just not going as horizontal towards this ball. Maybe like keeping that sort of angle, and then yeah, sort of carrying the ball with this car. Instead, there's three guys already there. So if you're air dribbling it, or if, like a pinch is unexpected, and it's very hard to save if you do it right. Air dribble as well, somebody's gonna have to go up for it. It forces someone to go for it. You could possibly get it around all of them, although it's tougher in this rank. It just would have been better. But instead you guys lose possession of the ball. Oh, this is awkward. This is awkward. Once again, another situation playing back post. Because the problem I see with this, Let's take a look. Cam is all the way back there. You cannot expect this guy to be here anytime soon. Tack is this way, but look. Tack is not facing this guy, okay? He's not facing this guy. Chris has the ball. He could very, very easily flick it midfield. Okay. Right here. I think Chris actually messes up on this. This could have been a goal for them. Yeah, just use your boost a little bit. Get under this ball. Flick it midfield. Because now the net is exposed. So boost under this. Now you have it on your car. Nobody's really covering that left side of the net that well. Hit it midfield. Piece obviously is awkward there because he goes off the post. That guy could have hit it midfield. And the guy in midfield could have scored. I think it was Josh who was midfield? Yes, Josh was midfield, so we could have been here for the pass. Over to Josh, Piece is awkward, and he gets the shot. So here what I would do, Piece, you know, because that easily could have happened. Here what I would do, just stay back post. I know I keep saying it a lot, but it truly does help to help you from those awkward situations. Now obviously, Michael Saxon, he's going to try to demo you. But here's another good thing about back post. You can just drive in like this, and he won't really expect it a lot of times. And you can dodge that demo. Hopefully. You know, if he gets you with that, then big brain by him, but, you know, you can do that, and then avoid that demo. So, after that, Tack will have the ball. Either way, you're in the same position, but yeah, you guys got away with this one for sure, I think. Right, because if you were back post, you kind of ensure that shot doesn't happen if they make a successful pass to the midfield. And there was a way to dodge the demo as well. And then even here's all. Even here as well, assuming Josh is going for a shot, like you'd already be able to get the save. Before Michael even comes in. Because if Chris passes this, it's gonna be on his car. Really the only pass Chris can do is a flick. Because if he's gonna get some sort of pass on the ground, that's just not possible really. Because the ball's just rolling too much this way for him to make a really good pass like that. It wouldn't even be that good of a pass, so he has to flick it. It's going to be a high shot. It's not like Josh can really just, like, you know, slow it down and wait for Michael to get the demo, rather. Alright, so right here, yep, just playing passive. Okay. Honestly, this is kind of scary because that guy could have easily dumped that. So, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of different scenarios that can happen here. I mean, that's just part of Rocket League. There's a lot of different things that can happen that'll work out. One thing I think that would have been really good here is faking this. So, like, right here, turning left and going onto this wall, just kind of letting the ball roll. So, kind of down here, the ball roll up. And then you can kind of take control of this. The reason I like, you know, faking this is there's no risk of that guy dunking you. Your team is going to be able to get back. And, you know, it's, you know, I would say a lot safer. Right? So, yeah, he messed up for sure. And that's why this got over him. But I see what you're trying to do. You were just trying to hit around him. And unfortunately, your car was like to the center of this ball, so hitting it around him isn't exactly gonna happen all the time. If your goal is hit around him, I would have power slid here because you're going too much to the left of this ball. Ideally, you're gonna want to hit it to the left of him. Because you can already see from the way he's flipping. Yeah, you can already see from the way he's flipping and how he lands that, you know. So we're going to try to hit this left. Okay, so right here, I would honestly say, so yeah, with that considered, I would be facing to the right a little bit earlier here. That way you're ready for this. And this is very risky, because Michael actually messes up here. As you can see, he backflips. He could have easily dunked that, as I think I mentioned before. What I would do instead, because you guys got a little bit lucky here, what I'll actually do instead is, you could single jump into this, right, just to prevent the dunk, because that's the last thing you want, is, you know, the ball to get behind you, because nobody's really that far back enough to get a save. And as you can see as well, Chris and Josh are pushing up. If you wanted to hit it around him, right, you'd want to hit it to the left of him, because you could see, like, right as he's flipping. Okay. Here's the other thing I would do. So, here's the other thing I would do. So ideally your position kind of facing this way, going off of this. So ideally, right here, you're facing a little bit more to the right. Okay, so ideally here, you're facing more to the right. You can just go straight at this, and you'll see him flipping into this. So you can just hit this with the left side of your car, just to kind of bounce it off the wall over him. This isn't something Josh necessarily has a read on, so you can get another touch here. It'll bounce back to you pretty lightly. And that's a lot more safer for what you're, I guess, trying to do there. Right? Yeah. Because ideally you hit it with the left side of your car, so it goes up and just over him like that. Bounces back a little bit closer to you, a little bit lower to you. And then it's a lot safer. Either way that works. Ooh, going for the double tap. I think right here, one too many spins. Alright, I think you want to stop spinning right about here, and just tilt your car, just turn your car to the right. That way your car is like horizontal, and then you can get that angle, pretty much. Because you have enough separation at that point. You just want to get focused on the angle. But I think there's a little bit too much spinning. And that is a very, very lucky save. Dude just pre-jumps that. That actually should have been a goal. I don't even know why he pre-jumps this. I think he just thought he could clear this, and then he couldn't, and then... yeah. Oh my gosh, Tack goes for a double jump. Dude, at this point, he shouldn't even be up in the air. Yeah, because that's just a basic shot. If you're double jumping from that far, you're not going to really get a good shot. Ideally, this guy just waits. Because Chris could also clear it. That's a possibility, although it didn't happen. So just wait. See what happens. Okay, well, Chris is awkward. Stay grounded. This is where we're going to fly. Stay grounded. Jump and flip this to the right. And Chris can't cover that far right enough. And that's going to be a goal. So, for that guy in that situation, this here, just stay passive, mind time routine, try to pre-flip, but that's fine, you still stay on the ball. That's fine, rotate back. Check the cam real quick to see the play. Really good demo by Cam. You actually get it right past that last guy. Unfortunately, that guy's there, but you get a nice 50. Good pressure. This is good, this is good. Rotating back now. Oh. One issue I'm seeing here. Although Tack needs to hit, he does need to hit this. It is a ghost touch. Here's Tack's problem. Here is Tack's problem. He turns into the midfield. Okay? Here's the thing. If you're in this guy's situation, you want to stay as far on this side possible. Here's why I say this. You can get a much more controlled turn. A much sharper, controlled turn. Right? We were talking about this in the last episode, actually. Sky Fox's review. But if you're trying to save this through the middle, it's so tough. If you're here, it's going to be so much easier. You can hit this into your corner. Possibly grab this boost. Okay. I just don't like what he did here. He turned into the midfield and just made this so much more harder than it needed to be. Look at this crap. He's going to hit this back to Josh anyways if he does touch it. It's just not good. So just go back. Don't turn into this. I don't know why he turned into this. Because it's very clear nobody is going to be able to hit this. Not even himself. So you gotta expect this to just go back. Overall, just really very questionable by Tack there, but nonetheless. One issue I saw here as well from Peace, he turned this way. I just don't see them hitting the ball that way. Because they know if they hit it that way, they're just gonna give up the ball. They're gonna try focusing more on the right side of the field because they have more people there. So they can make more plays happen, or this guy is going to go for a shot, which I personally thought was a bad idea. Because if Tack just rotated properly, think about this, if Tack rotated properly, he just gives this guy the ball. And this guy definitely had better options, that's why I'm saying it's pretty bad, because who is it that shot this? Was it Michael? I think it was Michael. He had Joshua on the right side. Even though Tack's kind of there, he can... I mean... Josh is in a better... He's already pre-positioned for this pass more than Tack is. So right here, just like... Keep going a little bit more to the left. Get yourself a bit more so you're the left side of this ball. And then... diagonal flip to the right to pass this to Josh. Okay. Josh is going to grab this boost, and he can just go for a straight-up shot here. Right? I mean, Peace probably could have been back to save it. You know, even better, Josh could have just dribbled this. And all of a sudden, we're looking at potentially a 1v1. But anyways, back to Peace's POV. Unfortunately, this right here, might have costed him the second that he could have actually been back to save this. Right here is when I start completely turning back. It just, from this point on, you can tell they're going to hit it away towards your end. So at this point... right here, heck, even a little bit earlier, just a tap earlier. Right here, let's go into fly mode. You want to already be turning this way. Okay. So go back. And I mean, assuming you're faster than my fly mode here, assuming you're like flipping into it. I can't. Okay, here's the thing. How close were you originally? Not too close. Okay. I can't guarantee that you being turned back a bit earlier will get you the save, but it's certainly much better to position yourself that way. So that's kind of a tip I'd have there. I don't think that's on you. That's not on you. That's not all on you. That's on freaking Tack. I don't know what this guy was doing, bro. But he pretty much did everything wrong there, unfortunately. So you guys are gonna go down a goal. So here we go. Looks like you guys actually do get a goal here, kickoff goal. Yep. So I don't really need to say anything about that. Oh wait, no, you guys are up. That's my bad. I thought you guys were down. So you guys are up 4-2. Let's get this one. And then right here, just kind of trolling is what it is. You guys won this game pretty much at this point. So here we go, that is the replay review. I feel like I might have gone a bit too in-depth, but I just wanted to cover a lot of stuff. Because, you know, me myself, I am a GC2 as well. So looking at this in a way also helps me as well, because, you know, I'm looking at all these different scenarios. I'm like, you know what? In game, I'd probably do this, and then that would be a lot better if I were in any of these situations. So, peace. I hope this helped you. Even if I didn't look at your perspective a whole lot, you know, because I looked at the other guys as well. Hopefully those, what I said for those guys is pretty clear to you as well there. But yeah, if you guys want your own replay to be reviewed, be sure to join the Discord in the description. It's always in the description, and you guys can submit it in the replay reviews text channel. Peace, he submitted his actual replay file since he's on PC, so if you guys want to know what that looks like, that's on there as well. And I would also recommend just kind of telling me what your rank is and what rank you hope to achieve, just to get us a better idea of what we're looking at. Other than that, though, guys, from this point on, I'm going to be pretty busy because my second semester of college is starting up very, very soon, and actually a week from today. So, at least from the time I'm recording this. So, it's going to be hard to record and edit these going into the future consistently. So what I'll probably do instead is, if you guys do submit any replays, I'll probably go over them on stream after a tournament that I play or something. And I'll just upload that VOD to YouTube pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. I'll be here.